Hi there, Sagittarius, and welcome to your shadow reading with me, Priscilla B. So, in this reading, first we are going to open up a door into your dream world to understand what messages your shadow wants you to receive today. And once that door is open, it's going to be kind of hard to fully understand what is going on, and that's kind of the feeling you usually get when you are dreaming. You're trying to make sense of a world that isn't really supposed to make sense. It's a world meant for you to discover, decipher, and decode um, all the wonderful signs and messages that your subconscious is really channeling towards you. And this is coming from, or like stemming from, your part of your brain, which is your unconsciousness. So have had many dreams, and I love reading tarot and oracle cards. So I'm going to do my best to channel in the messages for you today. All right. So starting off, okay, Sag, the door is open, and the door of courage is the door that you're going to be walking through. And it says here bravery, valor, confidence, resilience, heroism, and grit. And there is a lion. So you might have had dreams where a lion was trying to give you a message, and maybe you didn't understand what that message was or is. Also, lions can be your spirit animal, or you see lions everywhere, or you just always have loved lions since childhood. I always loved the lion, Aslan from the Chronicles of Narnia. Um, yeah, lions are really cool. So, walking through this door, okay, we enter this place called the Citadel, okay? So, let's give your dream world a name, and we're going with the Citadel. And the messages here are the archer, biding your time and planning ahead. Sag, you are the archer. Okay. So I don't know if you know a lot about your sign, but basically it's like a centaur, which is like a half human, half horse, and they have like a bow and arrow. And there's some mythology behind there, which we're not going to get into today, but maybe I'll save that for another reading. But we also have here the acolyte, new projects and learning. Definitely recommend watching the acolyte on in the Star Wars universe on Disney Plus. Really good show. Um, so we have that, and then we have here the muse, a generosity and naivety with these three of cups. One has a pomegranate, one has a bird, and then the other has a harp on it. Okay, and the aspirant, ambition, diligence, and setbacks. Wow, look at that. Okay, so already a lot going on here that might not be making like total sense to you. But we do have here the runaway, secrets running from problems. There's a cage, a bird cage with flowers blossoming out of it. Okay. Um, we have the smith, overthinking and taking action. All right. Okay. We have the spy master, knowledge and distrust, and we have the witch, experimentation and rebellion. Okay, so these like different, symbols here, these different pictures. You have the black crow here, you have the witch here, the smith here. I'm going to read for you a crow message for you because I feel like you need a crow message. And we have the crow message: faith. Hold on to faith in yourself and your journey. It strengthens resilience and optimism. Okay? And you are starting some kind of rebellion here within yourself, like within your soul here. So let's go in deeper to like what the message is that your shadow wants you to receive at this time. And we have here the King of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. And look, strength here. Okay, there's your lion. Okay. So your shadow wants you to know that you do have great strength. You do have great courage. You do have great, you have grit. You have determination here. So King of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, and Seven of Cups. So a lot going on here. Looking at this King of Pentacles, okay, it says the builder, okay, and this aligns with the smith, right? Because the smith builds, right? There's a little hammer there. So it says here, the King of Pentacles is the masculine, mature energy of growth and expansion. His nature is slow moving due to his earthly energy, yet he is dependable as they come. He is a master of business and finance, able to make small sums multiply. He ventures boldly into any arena and is successful. His practical nature is unfailing in the face of opposition. Ultimately, he always has his way, even if it takes him a long time to reach the finish line. The King of Pentacles is supportive of others. He is a philanthropist who delights in sharing and giving. His nature is calm and even-keeled. His brain is often lost in thought. He assumes responsibility of the family and home and takes pride in providing what is needed. He is rock solid. Time to invest and make financial plans. Father figure growth, real estate, and earning potentials. Being clever with investments, handsome and slow, a rock solid world, dependable personality. The shadow message here, though, is a person who uses his power to make others feel unworthy in his presence. Complete lack of empathy, a person bullied as a child who takes it out on others as an adult, a miserly and stingy attitude. Someone needs to learn how to give back and be grateful. Yeah, so I feel like for far too long, Sag, you were around a kind of person like that, you know, who's very stingy. You know, there is like, I feel like the modern bully is like less like hands-on approach to bullying, like stealing your milk money or whatever, and more passive aggressiveness. Like, and I feel like the modern bully is like a narcissist. Like they're very manipulative with your emotions. They are more psychological. And like if they get into your head to make you think you don't deserve to earn money or have wealth, because I mean we live in the material world here, consciously here. You know, before we get into the subconscious stuff, we are dealing with someone who is like using finances and money to control you. And what you're feeling and what you're seeing in your dream world is that on a play out on a subconscious level. For instance, you could have, you know, a very famous, like wealthy, you know, familiar person, maybe like a celebrity or something, that gets paid very well, like an A-lister, for example, appear in your dreams, and like maybe like there's a moment in your dream where like they have the opportunity to show you some kindness and some politeness and manner, and they don't, right? And there's someone else there. I feel like maybe it's this like acolyte, maybe it's this witch, maybe that's your shadow telling you that this person is not thinking of you. Okay. So I think the important thing here that your shadow is telling you is step away from whatever that energy is that's like not investing in you anymore, or like not helping you materialize your own value, really, like honestly, and then just like starting new projects, learning new things, experimentation, rebellion. This is where your shadow wants you to go. And as a Sagittarius, sometimes you might overthink that and you might not take action right away, but you know, you might be like in that biding your time, planning ahead sort of mentality here. But once that is sort of like dismantled, you're going to find your strength here and your courage and your determination to move forward and stop wasting your energy and time waiting for that King of Pentacles that's operating in their own shadow energy to help you and support you. Okay? because it's not helping you and it's not supporting you anymore. It's time to invest in yourself. It's time to um, depend on your own personality and your own strengths. Okay. And then we have the Seven of Cups. Okay. And the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Because your shadow really wants you to have faith in yourself again and trust in your own ability to make money. Okay. Which is weird, right? It's like, okay, we're having a dream about like finances right now. It doesn't feel like that. Well, maybe you're not like waking up in your dream world and like entering a bank and like going into the bank and there's like a vault full of gold and pile of gold coins like in Harry Potter. But that would be nice. But instead it's more like abstract than that. Okay. So Seven of Cups, Two of Pentacles. I actually like this Two of Pentacles because it shows that you're trying to find balance here. Something that you weren't feeling before. Okay. So Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. Choice. See, this is about choice for you. An ancient anthropomorphized apple tree holds two pentacles. Okay. The two enchanted pentacles suggest choice. Okay. The energy moves back and forth between the pentacles. The number 2 reflects duality, like stocks divided or cells splitting. You have something at your fingertips that you can play with. Pentacles reflect people, objects, money, and things. Like usually attracts like. Be sure you choose what you want carefully, so it will naturally follow. Marvelous energy fills this card. Flexibility and rolling with the punches is key to keeping your balls in the air. The tree looks grumpy, but you can find the fun in your situation. Okay. Yeah, and I'm reading from my Dark Wood book, so I'll just show you. Look at this tree. It's a grumpy old tree. But this is kind of like when you are around this like kind of like grumpy type of energy, it's blocking you really from moving forward. So instead of staying in that grumpy energy that's like not making you feel so good, like, go and start flowing somewhere else, right? Where it's fun and laughter and lightheartedness, okay? Making a choice, often a happy one. Options appear. Division and evolution. Take what is being offered to you. Pluck fruit from the tree of life. This is your chance. Take opportunity and grow it. Say yes. Shadow. Duality is a blessing and a curse. It is natural to look at the dark and light, good and bad, highs and lows. Make room for the gray area in all places. Take comfort in not knowing, or at least pausing before you rush to judge anyone or anything. Okay? So, yeah. Seven of Cups. Look at this. All right, so we're going to the Seven of Cups now. You're on a vision quest. Okay. There's a rainbow. Beautiful. Okay. There's a secret gateway to magic here. If you desire something, make room for it. The Shadow Witch here is there's clearings here in nature, and it's metaphorical too. Seven cups contain secret gateways to magic. Each cup connects to a major arcana archetype. From the left, the cup of stars relates to the Empress and the star signs of the zodiac. The silver moon cup connects to the High Priestess's lunar essence. The snake cup connects to the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot's lovers. The castle cup connects to the tower. The bejeweled cup connects to the wheel. The victory wreath connects to the world, and the dragon cup connects to the devil. Empress, creativity. High Priestess, intuition. Lovers, passion. Tower, disillusionment. Wheel of fortune, world, integration, and devil, temptation. So, all possibilities hang before you. Will you make a choice and enjoy languishing before the dazzling potentials? Anticipation, opportunities are ripe. Reach out, ask for help, go for it. Potential hangs before you like fat, ripe fruit on a tree. What will you select? Which option will you choose? All paths are inviting. There is no wrong answer. All lead toward the path of enrichment. Rewrite your story. Redefine who you are. Take action, step boldly, make the choice you've always desired. Fill in your blank spaces. The witch stands with her back to the reader. Do you turn your back on something important? Do you turn away from a situation requiring further attention? Do you define yourself by the exclusion of a person, place, or thing? Yeah, so what's happening here is like you're trying to exclude yourself from your own happiness, okay, Sagittarius? And you don't need to do that anymore. That's what this reading is all about. That's what this message, this main message, is all about. It's about accepting who you are. And yes, at times you want to plan ahead. It's your nature to want to just plan, and it's your nature to like bide your time. But the main message here that your shadow wants you to really understand fully is that like there is no more time to bide because you've already did that. Okay? And now it's time for you to take control and not rely on other people to sort of navigate you towards your own happiness and your own heart's desires, because you already kind of did that. You already invested in that. And what it ended up happening is it brought you right back to yourself again, which is where you've wanted to be this whole time. It's almost like you were running away from yourself, with this spy master, having faith in yourself. Yeah, the muse, the aspirant. So if we look at this, ambition, diligence, and setbacks, you have so much ambition, Sagittarius, and there's so much diligence here. But the thing is that the setbacks, even these two keys you can see here, it's like these are unlocking doors of possibility for you. One opened the door of courage. Let's see what the other one opens. Door of learning. And what did the acolyte want you to do? Learn new projects. Learning. Education, knowledge, study, mastery, and development. Okay? And then, of course, you have your muse. And I feel like you have to kind of like find your muse or be your own muse at times, inspiring yourself again, learning new knowledge, the running from the problem was that you weren't allowing yourself to trust yourself. You were putting your trust in, you were putting your faith in other people, and their own shadow energy was a reaction. And that reaction told you that it's time for you to go. Like, whatever that means to you. I mean, metaphorically, literally, whatever. It means it's time. You've already learned all the lessons you're going to learn from these people and their shadows and their energies and their things. Like the people, places, things reference keeps coming up. So it's time to separate yourself from that overall environment, that overall group or community or collective that was operating in a very shadow realm sense, that was like very self-serving, and the intention was for you to give them so much and for them to give you so little. And that was always their intentions. Their intention was never, it breaks my heart to say it, but their intention was never to show you any type of love or compassion or even faith in your own abilities to create for yourself. It was always in their interests. And even though that's like sucks to hear, and even though you kind of like already know that, Sagittarius, I feel like I'm repeating myself because I feel like you've already received this message so many times. But it's an important one because it reminds you that you don't need to rely on these other people for your happiness anymore. You can rely on yourself now. And you never needed their approval. You never needed their acceptance. You never needed them to wish you well. You just needed to find out for yourself what it means when people block out all of the beauty and all of the love and all of the light in the world. And they choose to operate in the shadows and in the darkness. And that's why you have the spy master. So it was almost like you were on like a secret spy mission, like undercover, you know, you really weren't, like, and anytime you did show your authentic self, you were almost like punished for it. And it breaks my heart to say that too. I don't know why. This is just like, it's such a sad thing, you know, that you show up as yourself and you're like this beautiful rainbow with the 7 of cups, you know, and you're just this beautiful ray of light and love and beauty, and these people just are constantly trying to, you know, I feel like put you in this bird cage. And it's time for you to fly and flutter away, Sagittarius. So looking at this door of learning, okay, because we're flying away here from that, you know, terrible place you know you were in, okay. We enter a new consciousness, and this time it's subconscious, this time it's unconscious, this time it's going deeper and deeper in beyond just the conscious, you know, 3D world that we live in. I can always keep thinking, like, whenever I think about this stuff, I think about like the Matrix, and I think about like, you know, the Matrix offers you, you know, all these worldly pleasures, but is it just shallow? Is it just surface level? Right? And it is. Around those people it was. Okay? But you're taking flight. You're soaring away there. Running away there. Okay? So let's see here. What is this message from our messages subconsciously here? Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. I see it now. Well, there we have it. The Empress energy, your creativity is coming through here. You've also got this 10 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Sun. Okay? And there's even like a little bit of this like Knight of Wands energy. Okay? So it's all like everything is like coming together and fruition for you. You're starting to see things for what they really are, and you're kind of removing illusion from the equation, and you're going with this new flow of energy, and it's really transformative, and it's really beautiful here. It's like a whole new, like you're birthing a new idea, you're birthing a new project here with this Empress energy. So let's see, Empress. The Empress is the archetype of the mother. Your passion is the blueprint to your magic. Okay? And we have mother figure, creation, artistic ability, soft, gentle, nurturing touch, reinvention and expression, confidence, and the abundance of the soul, fertility and birth, sensorial pleasure and earthly delights, stepping in tune with seasonal change, displaying natural abundance in all things, the nurturing of self-expression and potential, destroying the hopes and dreams of another. Yeah, see, that's what was happening to you. Like over and over again, I feel like it was like repeated, like a cycle here. Unsupportive attitude. Yeah, we just talked about that. Thoughtless words, jealous over another's success, heeding on other goods fortune because you do not believe in your own power, abusing motherly power. Yeah, okay. So definitely like a shadow queen here. You know, I don't know how many of you, you know, have like an abusive like mother-in-law or mother figure, shadow queen energy there. But if the shadow queen energy is, then I feel like this is like the 13th archetype or something that, you know, doesn't get discussed about enough. But really, for me, it feels like if an empress is not loved and nurtured and taken care of properly, or doesn't know how to like self-love and self-heal properly, okay, and hasn't figured that one out yet, that lesson outlet hasn't learned it yet, then they operate in a very destructive, horrible way, and they bring about so much chaos and so much destruction and so much hurt and so much pain, and it operates at a very like low vibrational level, but you deal with it consciously, where they're always like making a mess of things, they're always causing scenes, I'm not against, like expressing your truth and, showing up and advocating for, change in the world. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm talking about, a shadow queen energy is like a distorted feminine energy. It thinks that by creating hurt and pain and destructiveness and causing messes everywhere, and making these attacks and creating these attacks is going to somehow like help things or help make things better, when really they're projecting their own pain and hurt and anger that they haven't dealt with on their own shadow work onto others. So Sag, what you're doing is you're like blocking that. Okay, you're blessing that energy far, far away, and you're tapping now into a much more calmer, quieter, creative state of mind where you can work on your new projects, where you start creating abundance for yourself. Okay. And that's what brings in this beautiful 10 of Pentacles. Okay. And I know it sucks to hear, but you're not going to be able to get your energy flow on, your 10 of Pentacles on, if you are constantly having to like dismantle and integrate a shadow queen's energy that is not your own, okay, or is not of your creation, or is not of your making. Okay, like think of like another adult. It's not your job to fix other other adults' problems. It's not your job to be responsible for other adults' actions. It's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to yourself and your 10 of Pentacles. Okay, all of the work that you have done and that you are doing and that you are creating abundance here from. Okay, so we also have the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune, and then we'll go to the 10 of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands deeper there. But yeah, the Sun energy and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so your Wheel of Fortune is the archetype of fate, fortune, and destiny. Okay, the symphony of life is a perpetual wheel of motion. Okay, life's ups and downs, the rhythm and flow of existence, expansion and movement. The Wheel of Fortune turns in your favor, the ability to rise with challenges and blessings, accepting help from the unseen. The shadow side to that is the inability to be happy and present in the present moment, a preoccupation with an imagined future outcome, clinging to a magical fairy tale ending where life will be perfect when and if only. See, your shadow is letting you know, like, you're not going to have this fairy tale ending, this fairy tale life for yourself if you are constantly, like, in another energetic flow that is constantly trying to prevent you from having that. Okay, like your fairy tale, that it's not of anyone else's making or design. It's your design. It's of your making. And I think what was happening is that you were trying to kind of like build this team of, energy that was like wanting the same things, but they really are so far removed from any type of happiness or any type of like fortune and blessings, that they just constantly are like against you, and they're constantly like anti-Sag energy, and you're just like, why have I been trying for so long with this? It's such a waste of time and energy, and it really is. So the Sun energy comes in now. Okay, get the Sun here. So the Sun is the archetype of the creator. So it goes back to your creative side again. It goes back to your Empress energy again. It goes back to sunflowers and butterflies. And that is a fairy tale, right? Within itself. It does take work. It does take dedication. It does take learning and the process of creating this beautiful energy for yourself, okay, Sag, but you're still like not giving up on it. That's like the fairy tale isn't like, okay, you know, I can make other people happy and I'm going to be able to get other people to like be on board with that. They have to do their own shadow work, their own light work, and they have to channel in their own Empress energy and their own Sun energy in order to get where you are going and where your, you know, shadow is trying to tell you to go. Okay? Because it wants you to focus now on your happiness, something that for a very long time you weren't really focusing on. And I love how it's like a mother holding a child. Like, you, these are stages. You go from creating life. The Empress is like a mother. She's usually depicted as a pregnant woman with like super goddess energy, and then she has the baby, right? So you're like nurturing this part of yourself. Think of it as like a child, like you're in the early stages of, you know, just like starting out as a little tiny little, you know, baby there. And then you grow and you get bigger, and as you grow you learn new things, and that's what your shadow wants you to do. It wants you to start teaching yourself how to be happy again, how to love yourself, how to soothe yourself, how to protect yourself. So health and vitality flourish, okay? Health and vitality are yours. The sun rises behind a garden while marking the boundary from past into future. You are safe from what used to threaten you. The creeping ivy suggests inherent growth and expansion, the tendrils of connection. Two pillars mark oppositional forces fueling life's synergy. The sun, the center of the solar system, and the source of all life, shines. Sunlight guides and warms you. You shine in the center of your universe. Expansion, renewal, and growth, brilliance and beauty. Pregnancy, the unfolding of the heart's desire, pleasure, productivity, recognition of achievement. Now, what was happening before all that, and why you are been questioning things lately, Sag, is the shadow queen energy, like the reverse side of an empress, like, you know, like just a very destructive energy that creates problems and doesn't actually help solve any of them. And this person was jealous, blocking another's light. We talked about that. Purposefully sabotaging another's good fortune. We talked about that. And this also, I just want to note, like, both men and women can act like this. It's not just women that like have shadow queen energy. It's a just everyone has masculine, feminine energy, and everyone can have distorted masculine and distorted feminine energies. So, wanting all the attention for yourself, right? We know these types. Not recognizing there is more than enough for everyone. Yeah, we know this. We know these types, okay? The important thing is that we're distancing ourselves from that, and that is what is going to give us this Knight of Wands, okay? And this Knight of Wands is bringing in a message for you, and that message is explosion. What? That's that rebellion, right? That's what the witch is saying. Time for experimentation and rebellion. Time to blow things up. Okay. The Knight of Wands stands in a wood full of flame. Salamanders, fire creatures, approach him. The Knight of Wands is the explosive energy of combustible fire. Consumed with the intensity of youth, blinded by passion, he is prone to boasting about his talents. He displays a larger-than-life personality. He is both charming and annoying, depending on the situation at hand. Yeah, and we did talk about that. We did talk about how there's probably like a narcissist, which is like the modern-day bully, right? That just like preys on your emotions and your feelings and tries to get inside your head and make you feel bad about yourself. His personality is daring, putting everything on a limb for what he believes in. Impulsive, he rarely thinks before acting. The Knight's energy is a flashpoint. This card appears when the situation will unfold like a wildfire. The Knight of Wands is the instigator of energy, carrying positive or negative ramifications. Easily agitated, open to manipulation, a seductive and dangerous lover, burned by romance, on to the next adventure, challenges of restlessness, the inability to stay put. So the shadow message here is hot under the collar and angry easily over insignificant matters. Small issues steal focus from productive energy. Containment is a recipe for disaster. Freedom is the answer. How can you save yourself from burning down the forest? Release and forgive. Okay, so you know your fiery like attitude and your passion and your creative side, Sag, which it's like you're not really like somebody who like goes out of your way to like kind of call out this type of behavior, but I feel like you are around this behavior a lot, and freedom is the answer. And releasing that, because yes, you were manipulated, yes, you were around manipulative people, yes, you were around jealous types. That just kind of like dimmed your light, and it kind of just like diminished a lot of what you had been working on and working towards for a very long time. But the Wheel of Fortune is spinning in your favor, and it wants you to go with that flow now. And that's going to bring about your Ace of Pentacles. Okay? And this is your ultimate abundance card. This is your time now to really see how all of your hard work has really paid off, and receive the blessings and abundance that the universe has to offer you. Because I feel like you were like waiting for a very long time to have this message of like, will I receive my abundance? Will I receive what I know I am worth? Right? And the answer is yes. Which of course I'm not saying like tomorrow you're gonna like wake up and there's you're gonna like find out you won the lottery. Maybe somebody watching this does happen. I don't know. But this is more of like, abstract and metaphorical, because we're dealing with shadows and we're dealing with dream worlds here. Okay? Even though I do hope that if you want to win the lottery, you do. Okay? But a windfall of money, an opportunity bearing fruit appears, a new idea leading through a gate of possibility. What you need shows up. You see the forest for the trees, and appreciation of nature, dynamically living inside the body. Okay? And what your shadow wants you to know here is that the refusal to allow something natural and new to emerge, refusing to take the gifts that are offered to you, ignoring important signs and omens, taking what you have for granted, expecting more without appreciating what you have, because nothing fills the dark hole within you that you refuse to acknowledge. Peace comes from the inside out and not the outside in. Okay? So having peace within yourself, okay, which you already have, Sag, I feel like, and creating those new ideas and creating that abundance for yourself, and not relying on the jealous, controlling, manipulative types, because being around that for so long has just really drained you of a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, and really made you feel like you're not valued or you're not seen. And you are seen and you are valued. And all these cards prove that. And all these messages prove that you have all this strength. You have all this courage inside of you. And you can believe in yourself. And you can trust that you are not alone, and that you will have your abundance, and that you will be in a place where you no longer are around, jealous, manipulative types that are just not helping and just bringing you down. Okay, so that's my message for you, Sag. Love and light always. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.